Okay. The devil will open that switch too. Or demon, I should say.
This switch hasn't been pressed yet.
Then get to work. There we go. Back to the sword. Oh, by the way, the pieces that you're getting actually do stuff. The tooth raises your strength by 10, intelligence by 10 for the ring, luck by 10 for the eyeball, which is very nice. Oh, I wanted my sword familiar to get some work in. I always end up calling him the Swordian, which is from the first Tales of Destiny game. I think they were called the Swordians. They were basically like living swords that helped you, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to get a copy of that game for a long time, and it's usually about $100, which I'm kind of okay paying. But lately, the last few times I've seen it, people were trying to charge $125, and it's just not really worth it. But yeah, I always end up calling this guy the Swordian, thinking about that game. Alright, so we got a lot of bat enemies here. I like trying to kill them all in one shot. Alright, so over here is a pretty cool weapon. You'll remember it from early on. The Alucard sword. The mother's family heirloom. It's weaker than even that poison sword that I was using. But it's got a cool effect on it, which I don't really use, but it's still very cool. And in fact, the boss that's coming up, the first time I ever killed him was using the Alucard sword. And a little bit of a cheat. It's hard to call it a cheat because it's not just something that makes the fight easy. I had to actually work for it. Yeah, I like those cheats. I like the cheats where it's not really a glitch. It's basically just an exploit that it's a different kind of work. You know, there's other ways to do it. You can do it that way, but then it still takes a lot of work because it still feels like you're accomplishing something. You know, it's when you do something like in the old days we had Game Genie or you know, codes. You know, yeah, it'll get you past the boss, but you're not actually working for it, so it kind of feels it takes away some of the enjoyment of it. All right, it's 3 of those Power of Sires. I think that's as many as I get. It's basically a screen nuke. I like to save it for the end. Alrighty. Early on, very early on, we got something called the Cat's Eye Circlet, which restores your health from cat damage. Let me save here. As far as I can tell, this area is the only area with cats that do damage. But it's hilarious. When you kill them, they turn into little kitty cats. So when you've got the Cat's Eye Circlet on, this happens. Oh, there we go, and then they throw the cats too. I like to give them a chance. Make them feel like they're doing something. Oh, Swordian, you killed my cat. Sword's a little too accurate now. I'm gonna get my health back. There we go. Again, just one of those goofy things that I always do. You know, I came in that room with full health, so it's not like I was working for something that I didn't already have. Okay, this was not yet. Whoops, I killed the witch and didn't even get to hear the guy. Spike breaker armor still working. I think the reason I leave it equipped all the time is just because there were a couple of times when I used to play this game at first where I'd come back to that area and I'd end up walking right into the spikes. These are karma coins. This is a great area I love to run through here with the Power of the Wolf. The only thing with the Power of the Wolf is that it drains your magic every time you hit something. So your magic is almost empty by the time you make it to the end of that hallway. Yeah, that's empty magic. Yeah, it's okay. We'll hit a safe point before we head to the boss anyway. Clear that wall out. I won't bother with all the spikes this time. A lot of slowdown when you kill that guy. Lots of slowdown. He's another one of those attention to little tiny detail enemies. You know, with his scream all the way at the end. Another area that's fun with the Power of the Wolf, but I don't have enough magic to last me for that. Chugging along. Necklace of Jade. This is actually one of your first starting pieces of starting equipment. Just your defense +5. And the silver ring, I forgot to put my moonstone back on, which is actually still functioning. Even though they're green, they're still just the blood skeletons. They'll pop right back up. They just pop back up faster than usual. Nothing over here. Alright. save. Actually, let's go through here, get this. Very valuable, sellable ring. Alright, we're going to do this boss fight, and then we're going to call it. Okay, very early on, we were in the Coliseum, and I said we got an important item. What we got was somewhere in here. The shield rod. Now the shield rod, when you pair it up with the shield, will give you an effect based on whatever shield you use. If, however, you use the Alucard shield, when you have the Alucard shield out, it will do significant damage on anything and restore some health. And you're invulnerable while it's hitting something. So all you got to do is get into a position here where you can do some serious damage. And there you have it. Give me 1 second. And you can see that was nice and easy. And all for an item that would have made the fight sort of easy. The poison gas cloud turns your piss yellow. But it does, an okay amount of damage. It's very useful for getting through certain areas. We'll save up here, and when we're back, we'll start the final push. We got a few more bosses to kill, and then on to the big man himself.